Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishchita and first up, Modi is closely monitoring the developments in connection with the attack on the Indian consulate in Afghanistan. He has spoken to Amar Sinha, India's ambassador to Afghanistan. Modi also took to Twitter to express his emotions regarding the same. I condemn the attack on our consulate in Herat, Afghanistan. Closely monitoring the situation, I have spoken to the ambassador as well. Well, the Indian consulate in Afghanistan's Herat was attacked by 4 gunmen who tried to enter the building and later fired from the neighboring buildings. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Syed Akbaruddin informed that all Indians were safe. Gunmen armed with heavy weapons, including rocket-propelled grenades, today attacked the Indian consulate. All the diplomatic staff were safe. 3 out of the 4 attackers were killed. But now it has come to light that all 4 gunmen have been killed in the long-drawn operation. 1 attacker was killed while climbing the wall to enter the premises of the consulate. No group has so far claimed responsibility for the attack. Afghanistan has experienced a rise in the Taliban attacks as foreign troops plan to withdraw from the war-torn country by the end of the year.
آتش بگیره خانوالا کجاست بیچاره مردم دیگه در درون خانه نفر بود خانوالا را من گروگان گرفتیم امید دیگه از سلام
Well, in fact, these were the dramatic visuals captured from Herat in Afghanistan, where gunmen armed with machine guns and rocket-propelled grenades attacked the Indian consulate in western Afghanistan's Herat province. No diplomatic staff was injured. However, all 4 gunmen have been killed in this incident. Indian diplomats said that there has been a threat against its diplomats in Afghanistan, but no further details have emerged on that front. The 4 gunmen opened fire on the consulate from a nearby home. Provincial Police Chief Abdul Sami Katra has been personally monitoring this particular situation. Initially, 2 of the 4 gunmen were killed. One of the gunmen was killed while he was trying to climb the wall of the consulate to enter inside. And now all 4 have been gunned down. No group has immediately claimed a responsibility for the attack. In the recent past, Afghanistan has witnessed a resurgence of Taliban activities as the foreign troops are all set to withdraw by the year end. Well, Ministry of External Affairs spokesman Syed Akbaruddin said a deployment of their own police at the consulate held off the assault until Afghan forces arrived. He said all the Indians at the consulate were safe. Well, speaking of the location where this incident took place, of course, where the Indian consulate is situated Herat lies near Afghanistan's border with Iran and is considered one of the safer cities in the country with a strong Iranian influence. In the past, in September 2013, Taliban gunmen launched a similar assault on the US consulate in the city, killing at least 4 Afghans but failing to enter the compound or hurt any Americans. Well, foreign embassies and consulate remain the favorite targets for insurgents in Afghanistan. And well, moving on to the big news just coming in, Shamanur Shiv Shankarappa blames Modi wave for Congress's poor show in Davangere. The horticulture minister says all ministers should be sacked for the poll debacle. His son S.S. Mallikarjun had contested from Davangere and lost the Lok Sabha post. He said that I will continue as minister for 4 more years. This is what Shamnur Shivshankarappa, who is one of the senior members in the Congress, had to say. In the list of ministers that was released who could face actions and strict action from the Congress government, many of them even losing their posts, had Shamnur Shivshankarappa's name featured on it. He's one of the most senior members in the Congress party, and his son too contested from Davangere. And Shamnur Shivshankarappa has gone on to blame the Modi way for Congress's poor showing, even as the Congress even now is trying to desperately state that it is their own mistakes that has led to the poll debacle. My colleague Verghese joins us with more details on this. Well, Verghese, quite contradictory statements from Shamnur Shivshankarappa. While on one hand he says that all ministers should be sacked, he himself wants to continue for another 4 years.
Well, it looks like quite a contrary statement, in fact, coming in from the horticulture minister. In fact, these are some of the kind of introspection that is going on in the Congress at present with regards to how is it possible that it was able to be routed in this particular elections, and therefore a lot of heads are being rolling at the center as well as in the state. And the state scenario, we are looking at leaders like Shamnur and also H.K. Patil facing the heat from grassroots Congress workers who've been, in fact, asking for their resignations. And probably this is an outcome of what H.K. Patil is being facing at present with Congress protesters and workers, in fact, congregating outside their Queen's Road office in Bengaluru and protesting against H.K. Patil. So, with regards to accountability, it looks like Shivshankarappa is asking for all the ministers to be sacked because all of them have, in fact, let down their particular candidates who were standing in the constituency, especially when it was known that this was going to be a tough battle for the Congress. So he's, in fact, but he's given a contrary statement that he will continue at 4 years as the minister in charge of horticulture department. So that is also quite interesting. In fact, Shivshankarappa's son also lost out in the Lok Sabha elections, and he has blamed it on the Modi wave as such and not on the Congress workers. But when there has been criticism against the top leaders, especially the senior leaders with regards to it, it seems that he's given the statement saying that if one has to go, then all will have to go. Now this comes, also there is a question with regard to Siddaramaya's effort to expand the cabinet, and this seems to be contradictory to it because it looks like now at present we are going to look at a leaner cabinet because there's been a lot of criticism leveled against a lot of non-performing ministers, and also with regards to how they had campaigned for the Congress in their own constituencies. It seems that none of them, the Congress workers at the grassroots levels are accusing the ministers of not giving that full for the candidates who are standing in those particular constituencies, and that is responsible for the rout in the elections, Nishita.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Verghese. And meanwhile, the blame game continues within the Congress. Haveri Congress workers are staging a protest against H.K. Patil and Ranebennur MLA. Protesters blame H.K. Patil and Koliwad for the defeat of Haveri Congress candidate Salim Ahmed. Well, in fact, protesters demanded that H.K. Patil be dropped from the cabinet, whereas Koliwad be expelled. They are accusing the two leaders of indulging in anti-party activities. Well, film stars from Bollywood and Tollywood will also grace the occasion. Narendra Modi's swearing-in ceremony on the 26th of May will see a grand presence of many stars from the Indian film industry. Apart from political heavyweights, SAARC leaders, industrialists, Bollywood megastar Amitabh Bachchan, Salman Khan and South superstar Rajnikant are also invited for Modi's swearing-in ceremony. Lata Mangeshkar, who has often been very vocal about her support to Narendra Modi, has also expressed her wish, has also been invited to this particular event. Well, it is going to be a gala affair. As we reported yesterday, Narendra Modi's swearing-in ceremony will be like none we have seen before. 2,500 guests will be brought into the Rashtrapati Bhavan, where the Prime Minister designate will be sworn in to take charge of the country. A blue carpet has been brought in for the special occasion. The food will be all vegetarian. There will be a few Gujarati dishes, but then there will be a high tea as well, organized with sandwiches and pastries, but all vegetarian. Apart from that, a few of the VVIPs will also be taken to an inside room. And moving on now, a truck rammed into a footpath near Sanjeevani Hospital in Mahalakshmi Layout. The mishap took place as the driver lost control of the vehicle. The lorry cleaner has suffered minor injuries in the incident. Well, these were the scenes witnessed at Mahalakshmi Layout earlier today as traffic police officials desperately tried to keep the people away and keep the traffic from flowing as usual. A truck rammed itself into the footpath. An electric pole came crashing down. Fortunately, no one was killed in the incident, although this incident certainly posed a major danger to pedestrians as well as commuters. And well, it's Rajnikant Friday finally. Kocharayan starring Rajni released today after many delays. Theatres have been decked up with large cutouts and posters of the Thalaiva. Rajnikant's loyal fans are busy anointing his large cutouts with milk. Others have been spotted making a beeline for film outside cinema halls. Mayajal, one of the leading multiplexes in Chennai, will have 100 shows across 16 screens today. Rajni's ardent fans are gearing up to celebrate the release of the film in the most extravagant way possible. Several screens in the city and across the state are getting ready to screen the 3D version of the movie. City theatres have blocked a number of screens for the movie as well. Well, my colleague Deepak was earlier inside a theatre when it started screening Kocharayan, and this is the kind of reaction that we witnessed.